Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. In this quick 7 minute tutorial, I'll be going to show you exactly how to set up your first interactive chat using Highcharts in an Angular application, whether you are working with dashboards, reports, or data visualization apps. This will get you started fast. So let's jump right in. Our last video was about setting up an Angular application and running one. So I'll just do a quick recap on that. So if you don't already have an Angular application, let's create one. Open your terminal and run ng new. I'll call this Highcharts demo. And then it asks me some questions. Yes, use SCSS, and let's get right in. So once this is installed, the next thing I will do is open my Visual Studio Code and open this project. Just waiting for it. Takes a couple of seconds and it should be done any second. Yes, so this is all done. Now I open my Visual Studio Code. Once this is open, again, this is a fresh application, so we have all of these templates that we're not using. I could just delete everything in my HTML. I don't need anything. My CSS is empty, my TS is empty. I really don't need anything here. Now all I need to do is install my Highcharts. So what is Highcharts? It's basically a visualization software. It's an application that you can install on your Angular or React or whichever framework you are using and visualize different charting libraries. So you can have line charts, bar charts, and the like. So I could go to, so if I go to Highcharts, come in here, for instance, they should have some, yeah. If I come here, there are different types of charts. We have area charts, column, pie, depending on the one that you want to interact with, but the basic principles are the same. So what I would show you is a simple line chart, but it's still the same principle if you want to have bar chart or column chart on your application. Now all I need to do here, now for me to have Angular and Highcharts work hand in hand, I need to install Highchart dependency. Both Highchart dependency and Highchart Angular dependency, they are two different dependencies that we need to install. So all I need to do is do npm install Highcharts Angular, which is one, and then Highcharts. Click enter, and then what this does, it's basically just installs the two dependencies that we need. So the official Angular wrapper, which is the Highcharts-Angular, and the official Highcharts dependency. This gives us everything we need to start building charts in Angular. So the first thing I would want to do whenever you install a dependency, what you want to do is install that module in your app module. From the last class, I mentioned how app module is like an anchor that ties the application together. So what I want to add in my import is Highcharts module. So what this does is it makes Highchart dependencies available all over my application. Now next step is to go to my app component.cs and I would add some basic configurations. So the first thing I want to do is import all as Highcharts from Highcharts. I don't need the title. Next, I need my Highcharts variable. I'll make this a type of Highcharts. I think there's a typo here. I'll make this a type of, let me just make this is equals to Highcharts. And then I need my chart options, which is basically the data in which my charts is going to rest on. So this would be a type of options, and I would just give this a simple title. This is the beauty of TypeScript. And then the text would be, say, my first Highcharts, and the series is what your data is going to be, the type of charts, the data on the chart, and literally everything that represents every bar or every point of your chart. So for instance, I'm making a simple line chart. So there's a property called type. This lists all the various types of charts that we can have. There are tons of charts that we can have. All I need to do is use line charts. Now this is TypeScript, so I can't say lines. It knows that lines is not a type, and you get to see the error. Type lines is not assignable to type XYZ. Did you mean line? It even gave you a suggestion. Now for my data, all I need to do is I'll just give this random data. I could say 1, 2, 3, 4. Now this is just random data. I could then give it a name to say sample data. Now this is all I need to do in my TS. So what this basically just does is builds a simple framework for how the chart will be constructed. We've given it the type, we've given it the data, we've given that particular data a name, and we've given our chart a title of my first high chart. Now in the HTML, what I basically now need to do is use my Angular wrapper, which I installed, which is Highcharts chart, and then I need to pass the necessary parameters. So the first one I want to pass is giving it the Highcharts parameter, saying this is the high chart, use this high chart as the parameter. And then the next thing I want to do is give it options and give it my chart options, which I created. Now I could then add some styling to say maybe weight, or let me not add styling yet. Let's just see how it looks first. Let's see if it works. All I need to do now is do ng-serve as always. And no, I don't want to have Google Analytics. And what this should do is create our first high charts chart. Now what this should normally do is, if I come here, we then have this, which is our first high chart. Now what I can then do to sort of like make this interesting is to give it inline styling. I could say give this a width of 100%. I could say give this a height of say 400 px, and make this a display of block. I save this, and whoa, now we have our first high chart, a basic line chart data. And you can easily customize this chart. You want a column chart, just change the type to column. Want more data or categories. There are like a couple of things that you can actually do to make it interesting. So a typical example is, if I want to change this to, instead of using line, I could make this a column chart. And for column, you need x-axis categories. So I could add a parameter, the parameter there is there, x-axis, and it accepts. So if you press control space, this is my on Mac, you get to see different parameters that x-axis expects. One of them is categories. So I could say, January, February, March, April, May, June. And then my data, so my data and my x categories have to have the same number of lengths. So meaning I could say in January we wanted 5, in February 7, in March 3, April 8, May 6, June 4. And if I save this, we should have a very interesting chart. Now we could also make it fun by giving it colors. So I could say make this color say purple, for instance. I save this and would have purple. So it's very, very customizable. There are other things you can add. You can add tooltips, animations, and Highchart is super flexible. Now to just do a quick recap, we've created an Angular app for the second time. We've installed Highcharts and Angular wrapper, which is the Highcharts-Angular. We've configured the basic chart, displayed it, styled it, customized the chart type and data. We also changed from line charts to column charts. Next steps is trying, all you can just do is go to the Highcharts website and try different series, export options, or even drill down charts if you want to cover any of those. If this helped you out, give the video a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button for more Angular content, and I'll see you in the next one. Happy coding.